Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, baby.
What's the need?
So, I kind of want to see you tonight.
But
I know you gotta work, but I made your favorite Alfredo.
Wow, you just had to say that. Alright, you got me. I'm on the way. She hates when I leave and she loves when I stay. Make a mad dash just to kiss her on her face. She rubbing on my body just to take the stress away. She makes me to never want this moment to fade. She hates when I leave and she loves when I stay. Make a mad dash just to kiss her on her face. She rubbing on my body just to take the stress away. She makes me to never want this moment to fade. I go crazy. Every time I think about the fact you my lady, start blushing, I start mushing. Every time you squeeze me, it feels like I'm gushing. I can't stop, you gon' be my lunch, well. You don't even dance well, but you can cook hell. I'd rather have that than be somewhere and raise bell. I'm happy I got cake now to take you on dates now. I'm on the way. Every time you see me, you grabbing my coat. Make me sit down, then I call you to go. Put on that Netflix and I will survive. Then we start kissing, we in for the night. Every time you see me, you grabbing my coat. Make me sit down, then I call you to go. Put on that Netflix and I will survive. Then we start kissing, we in for the night. When we made love, it's like taking a flight.
Oh yeah, it's your boy Simeon, aka Simeon TV.
When I
you
be
know what I'm
with
saying?
you, don't know where to go.
You can just call me Simi. But yeah,
Make
man.
me stay so you
In Atlanta,
just take me to
it's live. You know, shout out everybody that's live right now.
And I get off
Listen
and I
to
give
this.
you a show.
You know, it's a good day. It's a good way to start, man. And that's the way to start, and the way to be is on top.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm not saying I'm on top yet, but you know, like best believe, you know, as I'm building, I don't just build to just build where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I don't build to just build where I'm at. I build to be everywhere I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I want to build everywhere I want to be. Most people don't even get that understanding. I'm on the way. Baby, please come here right now. Baby, have no fear, cause I'm here. Hey. Make this last, I'ma stay over and crash. I'm on the way. What up? How's everybody doing out there? How's everybody doing? I mean, be honest. You know, be honest with yourself. You ain't gotta lie to me. Be honest with yourself. You know, how are you today? You know, what is something you did today? Did you do a self-check? Did anybody do a self-check today? Am I the only one that did a self-check today? Jeez. You know, I told myself yesterday, that today I'm going to go grocery shopping, and all this week, I'm not going to spend no money on food. Fast food. And you know what I did? I did exactly that. I said, you know what? I woke up, you know, had a long night of work, you know. Didn't think I was going to even get up for church on time, but I got there. Got out. Next thing you know, I'm like, ooh, it hit in my head like, boom. You got to go to the grocery store. So I'm like, oh, okay. And the thing is, the money that I had is the money I kind of wanted to keep. But then I'm like, you know what? Investments come in many different ways. So I just went inside. Kroger's. Y'all from Milwaukee, especially, probably never heard of that. But Kroger's, you know, it's likened to Pick and Save. And, you know, I went in. Ended up spending less than what I wanted to spend, which is great. Cause I got everything for the low. Shout out to the cashier for the scan. You know, but again, you know, I said in my mind, I'm gonna do it, and look, I did it. So that's something I can always say about myself. You know, and what can you say about yourself? You know, can you say you're the same thing? Can you say you're the same person? You know what I'm saying? That you put it in your brain, and then you put it out there into the world. You know, that's something that we all, if you never done it, should strive towards too. But it's my world. I live in my world. You live in your world. So you do what you want. But now, no further ado, the discussion, I guess you can say the inspired topic at hand is listen to your gut. You know, you got to listen to your gut. There's some things about your gut that your gut can only tell you. You know what I'm saying? Only your gut can tell you. Look, matter of fact, I'm going to give you an example. So, your gut would tell you when you ate too much. You know, raise your hand if you ever been there, you know, when your gut has told you that you ate way too much food. Now, your gut also tell you as well when you've been hungover. Who in here has ever been hungover before? So, you know, you already know the feeling on that. Now, again, your body will give you signals, you know, but there's that inner feeling too that you can't ignore as well. That's almost likened to eating food. So, whenever you notice a situation happening, you look across the street and there's a whole bunch of commotion, what does your gut tell you in that moment? You know, your amygdala kicks in. You know, you got fight, flight, or freeze. So maybe your gut is going to fall in line with one of those three things. Should I stay and fight? Should I run? Or should I stay? You know, so it's a matter of your fear tactics within your body in which you've been experienced to, and you had to fight for, you had to go and be a part of, and you're environmentally conditioned to act in the way in which the manner that you act. So, you know, it's you can't really put it past you when you think about the negative feelings that you have when you're thinking about listening to your gut. I mean, even in positive situations, you know, a job wants to come and hire you, and now, you know, you gotta make a decision. You know, do I leave this one for this one? Even though this one probably pays more and has more flexibility. So, you know, you gotta listen to your gut, even in a positive situation. But how many of us never really listen to our gut, though? I mean, how many mistakes have we made in our life, and we've just from not listening to our gut? You know, how many mistakes have you made in your life just from you not listening to your gut? Now, sum it all up, and then now put that to the side, and then now think about all the right things you've done. Because you can't have just the negative. You know, you can't just have the positive. You got to have both. So, you know, now sum up all the things that you've done right because you listened to your gut. And based on the weigh-in, when you put it on the scale, will determine, you know, why sometimes you are where you are in your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of burdens that could be cast off if we listen to our gut. You know, plenty of relationships that we've been in that we should have never been in, but we've been in it anyway because we chose to ignore our gut. You know, I've been there. I'm sure many of you have been there. You know, but the main premise is that once you listen to your gut, you know, you can't be afraid of what's going to be happening after. You know, you can't be afraid what's going to happen after you listen to your gut. That's the other thing, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, okay, this is a funny scenario. It just popped in my head. So imagine you got in your car and you drove and you're driving to work. You know you made coffee and you know you cooked and things like that. And, you know, all of a sudden as you're driving, as you're, you know, getting, you know, maybe midway through or just getting on the highway, you remember, man, did I leave something at the house? Something feels weird. Did I leave the stove on? You start thinking, oh yeah. Now your gut is turning. But now at this point as well, you don't know whether you did or not. So you have two options to choose from. Do I keep driving and just hope that it's not on? Or do I turn back around and be late to work just to make sure that my stove ain't on? So, you know, sometimes listening to your gut has a fear after it as well, you know? So you can't be afraid of what's going to happen next after you listen to your gut. That's basically what I'm alluding. And you know, the power that you have in that decision can determine everything. You know, it can determine whether your house burned down or your house don't burn down. So it's a lot of strong takes you can take with that, but again, listening to your gut can save you 90% of the trouble that happened in your life. So, you know, jot these things down. You know, listening to your gut doesn't always mean that you're not going to know what's happening. Meaning that just because you're listening to your gut doesn't mean you're going to miss out on that opportunity that you could have been a part of. It could have been a party. You know what I'm saying? You go somewhere, you know, and you listening to your gut, you know what I'm saying? You say, you know what, I'm not going to go this time. But you see online everybody having fun, but you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be upset with yourself in that moment because you chose to listen to your gut. You know? Sometimes you got good risk, you got bad risk. You know, think about people that gamble. You know, like you got people that risk it all. They really be like they're willing to risk it all for everything. And then once you don't get everything, you done gave it all. So now you're left with nothing. So again, it's all about risk as well when you're listening to your gut. So write that down. Most people don't even understand that their difference maker comes from knowing the difference maker. You know, God himself can help you make good decisions. You know, but it's up to you if you want to go that route. I guarantee you, you know, you can't go wrong with that route at all. So, dreaming big, thinking big, making big decisions is what's going to bring really essentially all the things that you have planned to you. Because as you make it planned to you, everything else around you, you basically become a center of gravity. And then the law of attraction and everything that comes with that will come to you based upon where you're at and what you're thinking. So, I just wanted to put that out there, let you guys know that, you know, listen to your gut. Even if it looks bad, listen to your gut. Even if it looks good, listen to your gut. And then watch what happens. Watch what new wisdom you gain when you run past, you know, all the different fears that you can have from listening to your gut. So, I'm your host, Simi, and I want everybody to know that they're all created with a purpose. There's no one better than you, and you're better than no one. So everyone stay in their own lane, do what you're supposed to do, grind the way you see fit for the goals that you have. And I'm just going to do the same thing. So shout out to everyone. Shout out to everybody that is, you know, enjoying their day off, enjoying their Labor Day weekend, and, you know, have a good week. And that's that. I'm your boy, Simeon. I'm out.